Why did you think it was important to come for you to this event, and what was your message that you wanted to give?
I think it's very important to support women in technology in general. I think it's a very tall uphill battle even today. We fight. Ada Lovelace Festival is named after a pioneer who 200 years ago defined all the challenges that faced her and set the bar high as a role model to show why pursuing something she was good at really, made a difference. She wrote, they say, the world's first algorithm, and look where we are today, hundreds and thousands of lines of code going into creating magic everywhere. Women also have this unique balance where they have to balance family as a primary caregiver. Women are the ones who give birth to children even today, and that's a fact. And you can't take that emotions out of a mom. So I think it gets misconstrued in the industry as a perception that they're better off taking care of kids or being in the kitchen or doing the softer side of lives versus, look, give them a chance. They're smart, they're creative, and they can really change the world as well. And so it's very important to support women in technology and computing today, more than ever before. And so that's partly why I flew all the way from the United States to come here just for one day to talk to people and talk more about the one key thing that I think everyone needs to hear and learn and understand is we all need to be very authentic about ourselves. We need to be very inclusive. Inclusivity is, I think, the key to getting everyone in on the game. Diversity has always been around us. We've always had people from different religions, countries, skin color, gender. I think what we've lacked is inclusivity. We haven't been inclusive in our environments. We've not ever tried as hard as we are trying today to consciously overcome our unconscious bias. So that's why I think I came here to spread that message and share that belief I have that being respectful to one another and being inclusive is a trademark of true leaders. And I encourage everyone who's in this field to feel that they should be proud of themselves in what they do and feel like they can hold their heads high and go make a change in the world for the better.
How is the situation for women in technology at the moment? What do you think?
I think good and bad. The good is that we have come a long way since where our grandparents were, where our mothers were. And so there's some improvement that's been made thanks to the sacrifices of many, many leaders, women leaders around the world. Women can vote now, simple things that was taken for granted by men. But we have a very long road ahead even today. Despite all the work and effort and sacrifices made, I think the numbers speak for themselves, and the fact that there's only about less than 3% of top executives in the United States who hold senior positions as women speaks for itself. At Intel Corporation, we are actually very committed in the last several years to drive programs and different facets to get to a 45% goal of diversity in our hiring, in our population. So we're making a very conscious effort. And I think that effort, it needs to catch on like fire to others around us. Just us making a difference is not going to change anything, but it's a start. And so as a technology company, that's something we're very proud of, that we're investing time, money, significant efforts. As you can tell, they were very happy when I got this invitation to come and support an event of this nature, that we really need to work harder to raise that number little by little. It's going to happen, but unless we all put our efforts in, it'll fall short. So,
why are women in technology important?
Women are very creative in my viewpoint. Women are they have a creative side of the brain. I know people argue that there's really no difference. Neurologists will tell you there's no difference in how a man's brain is or a woman's brain is. But from what I've seen around me, I think women think of problems or their solutions very differently. And all these years, all these centuries, we have come across with men leading the show. I believe if we give women a chance in technology, we can come up with more creative solutions that are sustainable, very practical, because we tend to think about emotions sometimes, which actually help in the products we deliver. We are catering to a broader, diverse range of populations. And so giving women a chance to really put their best foot forward is something that's been missing. And what's been missing is something we don't know. And so why not, support women in technology? They have the brains, they have the creativity, they have the attitude to go fight it out and, conquer. So it's a potent combination in my mind that we should definitely support women in technology. What I will be very truthful about, though, is the battle's going to be long and hard, and it's not an easy path. And the question then becomes is how do we make it an easier path so that women don't give up? What I found is a lot of women quit mid-range in their career midway because they just don't think they can get there, and that's a sad fact. That the numbers speak for themselves, and we need to, keep encouraging, and it needs to start at a very young age. We can't wait till they're in high school, or we can't wait till they're in college for sure. We have to start influencing them even with the toys they interact with when they're kids, as kindergartners, what they play with. So that influencing has to start, because otherwise the biases just set in too hard, and then they're left fighting the biases more than actually delivering something.
So how can a conference like this help, and what do you think is the importance of a conference like this?
Two things. One is it increases networking immensely, and the wonderful, wonderful leaders and women that I've met today and talked to, I think you get, with the sharing of ideas, you build a network, and you can go solve the most complex problems in the world, because I think without collaboration, we can't solve anything anymore. So that's very important, to harness that networking, and I think this conference has just the perfect atmosphere. If I turn back around there, everybody's just making connections, finding out where they can lean for some help needed. And so that's key number one. And the second part that I think is a little superfluous but really important is just having these conferences over and over sends a message to all the other leaders or hiring managers or executives in the world, asking them to take a closer look, asking them to, invest more into these things, because it creates awareness, and awareness is very important. Because if there's no awareness without, conferences like this, and I'm actually very happy that we called it a festival, because it is a celebration. It is a celebration of all of us having this wonderful opportunity to network, to share our ideas, and drive to a common goal, which is, promoting women in technology everywhere.